So let's talk about, again, with a hip-hop twist, because most of tonight's joints, actually all of tonight's joints, have a hip-hop twist. Let's talk about one of the contributors to tonight's battle. Let's talk about your man SUPERCAT. Salam Remy again, his involvement on the remix. GHETTO Red Hot, the hip-hop remix, going up against another monster. Let's talk about Capleton and his tour remix. By the way, Little John on the beat. If you didn't know, that's Little John on the beat. The hip-hop remix beat, that's right. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's start out with some GHETTO Red Hot.
Now special dedication to all dogs of dogs, dedicated to all top dogs, liberty crew. Man called Tony Kennedy, man called Robert, and while apart to riding through. Curfew! Sometimes some back, some of them are rally back. We a road boy, youth and we no take back no chat. Sometimes some back, some of them are rally back, but we a road boy, youth and we no take back no chat. You full of big chat and can't defend that. If a jailhouse you come from, we sending you go back. You full of big chat and can't defend that. If a Bellevue you come from, we sending you go back. Cause when them there, when they get around hot, when we looking the food for the potter, man have him 16 over him backer, 45 and we have a rampacker. Car bazooka and all if it clacker. When we moving, we move come back. Man, we take a couple store, couple bank and shopper. And policeman a top out we hotter. Jaja know we have to run left the spotter. Dan the yachted, dog at the data. When we come dance, all of the block. Me say some a rally back and some of them dance back. We a road boy out and we not left it clap. And some a rally back and some of them dance back. To the killing of the place and the place of the black.
Yeah, I ain't should break up your follow ground and straighten your crooked ways. Blessings the man walking on the account of the ungodly. Till I see I live it every time. Me sing, after me left from Jamaica, go back for Control. Preaching, teaching the people for sure. Answer to the belly man up on the door. If we ignore the wine, we reach for sure. Come back to Jamaica, everything insecure. Rich I get rich and the poor I get poor. Come back to me, set one head skull poor. Come back to me, set earth man skull poor. And poor I'll come up on tour. DJ don't make a reach out me what more. Sugar man up and I'll be march on tour. Tour Kingston and I'll go tour Portmore. But me know they will, the mother must make for sure. And the DJ them not teach people no more. Like they passion and fighting them no unite no more. All I tell the gang them to broke out like a sword. It seems like the people them no love God no more. If fatness are the sickness and culture the cure. I said my back all I want to say that. Me from Jamaica for Control. Preaching the people for sure. And that is how anyone up on the door. If you ignore me, sir, after me come back.
Ooh, hip-hop remixes, 90s dancehall gems. These are definitely, like I said, staples that were playing on the radio.
Nice trip down memory lane. Nice trip down memory lane tonight, fellas.
I'm going ahead and go around the room. Like I said, fine. Again, leave your vote in the chat. Leave it in the comment section if you're watching at home. Eats, beats, and rhymes. One word. All DSPs, we got you covered. YouTube, we got you covered. Like, subscribe, and comment, man. Hit the notification bell. I do want to go around the room and ask people about this one, only because I want to get their feedback along with their vote on what I just brought up a little while ago. So I'm going to start out with my man, DJ Scandalous. We're talking about GHETTO Red Hot, the remix, Salam Remy, going up against Capleton Tour by Lil Jon. And do you like your reggae dancehall 90s indoors or outdoors?
So my first reaction to this is that the variables, right? Because there's a danger threat in either situation. That's the first thing that came to my mind. That was the first thing that came to my mind. Do you want to get shot outside or you want to get shot inside?
Girl, that was the first thing that came to my mind. She likes you.
You know what I mean? I mean, you know what well, I'm about to say the real answer. My answer is that, to be honest, I think dancehall is something, man, that you could appreciate it either way. Because as long as the ladies are there and the music is pumping, there's going to be action happening. You're going to be sweaty. It's going down. It don't matter. That's why I said for me, it's just the security, right? Because last thing you want in the backyard jam, and then somebody says, "Yo, I'm gonna go make this party famous real quick." So you know what I mean? And party done. Now that can still happen in the dance hall, right? It can still happen
in the damn furnace.
You know, it can still happen there, but at least you might have a security situation, or depending. Sometimes you may have a situation.
But why do we want to place a Caribbean
violence with it?
Dancehall music, it's a violence.
Listen. Can I say, like, I mean, with all due respect, I mean, we don't. It kind of, there's always like at least a good 10% violence. So You dancing with
It's
my
gonna
girl?
happen.
You dancing with my girl? You dancing with my girl? Yo,
You're winding up with
I'm
my
trying to play devil's advocate, but every year at the fucking West Indian Day Parade is Easter Parkway is a mess every year.
I mean, listen, man. You have one or two Heinekens. You have your stout. You got the ladies. You got liquor. You got your spliff in the mix. Listen, it's going to happen. That's why I dressed it that way. It's going to happen.
Somebody's 1990 red box Beamer is better than theirs with the with the Dayton's on.
Right. We don't want it to happen. We don't want it to happen, but there's a high percentage that it may happen. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can't argue with you. You're right. All right.
you know what I mean? We don't want it to, but it's just I think it's more of a nod to also to that's just how infectious the music is, regardless at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Yeah. So and my vote for that is SUPERCAT with this one because
the GHETTO Red
that GHETTO Red Hot was something special when it came out, man, and it was one of the records that also kept, I think, stateside. You know, when you hear in the States that, and Dreddy would tell you because Dreddy said, I mean, we all know that I couldn't even keep up being a selector. I could not keep up being a reggae DJ.
Oh no, it's too difficult.
No way.
It was true.
There was a lot of
records coming out
many.
every week. Every week.
That's why I shouted out my man.
Every other day.
That's why I shouted out my man DJ Itchy Finger before, bro.
Yeah, there was joints coming out. I was like, I can't keep up because it's too much, and you have to have these joints, man. So I say that with just SUPERCAT because stateside, I think this was one of the records that continued to help. For this one. Yeah, this is one of the records I think that just helped continue to keep pushing SUPERCAT's career forward. So that's my vote for that.
Yeah, it was definitely a joint. They used to play this one a lot on the box. I remember you could order this video specifically. So we got one vote in today. Scandals GHETTO Red Hot going up against Tour by Capleton. Let's talk about it. DJ Hobo, which of these two records are you voting for?
I knew you were going to come to me next. So I just want to shout out really quick. The fact that it's a Little John, yes, that okay on remix is crazy to me. And Dreddy brought it up in the chat. He said that Little John was one of the first people to play reggae in Atlanta on the radio. So big shout out to him, man. And I really like that song. That album got a lot of play for me in college, a lot. But it's very hard to deny that SUPERCAT record, man. That's a big, big tune. Big tune.
I mean, you're basically talking about Brand Nubian punks about to get beat down versus
Right. But SUPERCAT, man, to Scan's point, I mean, you have Dolly My Baby, of course, which is, maybe that'll make it into the, another volume. But Dolly My Baby and this record, man, like really propelled him to kind of what he is right now in the States. I know he was big in Jamaica, but in the States, people really started checking for him with these two records, and deservedly so. So my vote is for SUPERCAT. And where would I rather be? I'm not going to take Scan's angle. I'm going to go.
I was going to say, he's scared. He was inside. He wasn't outside. Sorry, I understand.
I'm going to say, as a DJ, I would rather be inside because if you're inside, things get a little sweaty. You
got a furnace to bang on.
You can't sweat outside too.
That's true. But the sound rings off a little bit better. The sound rings off a little bit better inside. Hopefully you have a good sound system. And, just if you're outside of like a backyard barbecue or something, people might be doing some other stuff, cooking, grilling, eating, all of those things, smoking a spliff in the corner. Inside, people are there to dance. And as a DJ, for me, I like to see the crowd reaction. So I'm going for inside.
Grab that Mompy and you wind up on our waist, man.
2 votes in for GHETTO Red Hot already. SUPERCAT. By the way, SUPERCAT. All evening I was spelling it super. You would think it'd be like the cool way,
Listen, Dred, it's SUPERCAT.
It's SUPERCAT. 100%. He's right with the ER. Don't forget. But let's talk to our dance hall native, Jamaican representative in the building. My man Cool Breeze, all the way in the West. Between these 2 records, GHETTO Red Hot or Tour, which one are you going with?
2 very dope songs. Slight edge, as I always say. I'm going to go with the SUPERCAT joint.
Going SUPERCAT as well?
Capleton joint was strong, but that SuperCat is just, and to go back to Ike's question, tough one, but I would say I would like to be inside of the club.
Inside.
Reggae room, sir.
You had your white shirt on. You had your white shirt on with your black church shoes on in the reggae room.
Yes. The linen shirt.
Yeah, you got.
Yes.
That's a personal joke with me and Breed.
He got his Steve Harvey suit on. He got his Steve Harvey suit on. Like they had to go dressed up to the club.
Yeah, that the linen
was
shirt
with the mesh wife beater on underneath.
Yeah, the mesh white beater. With the wallabies on, kid.
Your man was in the reggae room going crazy.
They was like, "Does he own this place?"
You know.
He's dancing around here like he owns the spot.
Yo, Stan, if you know, you know.
Your man was going crazy.
So far, the results are looking, very one-sided. But we're gonna find out. Again, the math is mathing, but we still want to find out what the rest of the room is thinking about. Triple C, what are you thinking about between these two records?
Going the opposite way. I'm going tour.
Speak on it.
I just heard it a lot. Like, it was annoying to me, but it did the party right.
It definitely had a good. I mean, it was a big record for when it came out.
Huge record.
Again,
Huge record.
That marriage.
I'm gonna blow Triple C up. Triple C staying at home when these records are on. He ain't outside waving his face.
I'll say to answer Ike's question, I'd rather be inside. So when you get rejected by a chick, it's easy to turn and grab another one.
Okay, I know. Okay,
Talk about it, Trip.
I was gonna say Triple C was so negative, but he got up. It's about how you get up after you get knocked down.
Dirty girl.
Get rejected by one, turn around. Get another one.
It's a bad man. It's a bad man. Listen.
Man the flex, Triple C, man the flex.
Triple C, so what was your official vote there, by the way?
Tour.
That's right. Just making sure. First vote in for Triple C on the tour portion of it. We got 3, 4. So last vote right here. I give him this. What are you thinking about, sir?
I have to go with the room and go with SuperCat as the joint. I think, like Trip C said, like the other record is a little bit annoying, but it's a huge record and it's supposed to be played. Kind of said it like with the Goggles record last round. And
right.
As a DJ, from all I've never had an opportunity to DJ in a club, but I know plenty of DJs and I've been there in the booth and everything like that. And I can't lie, being inside the club playing dancehall records and seeing the crowd respond and all the shoes and the dresses and the hair and all of that stuff is nice. It is pretty dope. But if I'm going to a party, I think I prefer it outside. Just about for everything Hobo said, like roll my spliff. Back in the days, you couldn't smoke inside the club, depending on where you was at, or which one you went to, so you couldn't smoke indoors. So leave me outside. I'm straight, man. Leave me in the corner, man. I'm good.
Yo,
I could
like
easily
that.
see Ike wearing his travel fox outside in the backyard party.
Straight up. Catch me smoking spliff with the dreads. You know what I mean? Smoke Fondue Root with the dreads and shit.
The chalice. We bring out the chalice.
rolling up dry banana leaf. Listen,
straight up.
I think it goes without saying. Round number 3 has come to an end. We decided to put SuperCat Ghetto Red Hot remix produced by Salam Remy going up against Capleton Tour remix produced by Little John. And while it wasn't one-sided, it was definitely heavily sided. Ghetto Red Hot SuperCat moves on to the semifinals. We're finally up to round number 4. That's right. Monday nights, it goes down. Don't ever forget, here, live on Twitch, Eats, Beats, and Rhymes. One word, like, subscribe, comment on YouTube. Leave it in the comment section. What are you thinking about? What's your favorite 90s dancehall songs? Dreddy all in the chat. Listen a bunch. Malcontent, but listen a bunch. Like I said, I hope people in the room that should be taking notes are taking notes, because there's definitely some bangers that they talk about that we can definitely speak on for volume 2. There's definitely some I'm showing off kind of records they're throwing in there that I don't know. So I'm trying to show off.